Hi, I'm Kristin Phillips, General Manager of Manitoba Egg Days, an annual event held here in Brandon the third week of January. So this would have been my 7th year managing, but I've been on the board, I think it's 14 years. So Egg Days is Canada's largest indoor farm show. We do cover, all of North America. We have exhibitors that come up from the US and come up from, BC, Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, Ontario, Quebec. I don't know that we have anybody from the Maritimes, but it is just so interesting to work with people from all over North America. And the opportunities that are given to us because of this, event are incredible. And we're so sad we didn't get to have the event in Brandon this year, and we know how much it's touched, the hospitality industry, the restaurant industry, the Keystone Center, the Dome building. There's so many people that have been affected, and please know that we're coming back. The most interesting thing about my job is the amount of people that I get to work with, right? We have so many different exhibitors and sponsors and service providers that I work with. So just the vast number of people that I get to work with, it's incredible. So getting on the board was totally something that I thought I wanted to do because I wanted to be involved in the industry and help and support. Moving into the general manager role was actually a surprise to me. I actually had a sick daughter, and so I could no longer be an agronomist in the field. So I wasn't able to do the same thing that I was doing. And the general manager role allowed me to have time for my family, have time for my daughter, the flexibility of planning around her schedule. And it's just been an incredible experience. So when I worked for Canola Council, I did a lot of major events and their conference every year. So I did have some event planning experience before Egg Days, but Egg Days is for sure the most rewarding. Well, the hardest thing I've ever had to do was do an event planning during a pandemic. Unfortunately, I did not get to end up having the show being shut down 21 days before. But, probably the most challenging part is working with different personalities. So in the event industry, communication is key, and you work with, so many different people and so many different opinions. And so you have to be a really good listener in order to be a good communicator. Oh, the most fun is for sure putting on the actual show. Once all your hard work has come together and the event is running, there's no stopping it, right? So all your hard work gets rewarded once the event is actually happening. Take the opportunity. You never know where that opportunity is going to take you. This is not something I ever thought that I would do. And it has been such a rewarding opportunity for me. And it's also kept my foot in the door, right? When I no longer could be an agronomist in the field, this allowed me to keep my foot in the door in agriculture. And I've built so many relationships that when I'm able to get back in the field, I know those opportunities will be there. Okay, so weirdest is when my board of directors bought a pie to throw in my face. We actually had a social raising money for agriculture in the classroom, Manitoba, right here in the Dome building downstairs. And the board convinced me to put up throw a pie in the general manager's face. And so I was like, okay, perfect. The auction went great. The pie sold for a ton of money, but it actually ended up being my board that bought the pie because they wanted to get back at me. And then my administrative assistant, office manager, Kristin, she came in and stood right by me. So they ended up throwing the pie at both of our faces. So it was weird and incredible all at the same time because, Kristin has my back and I have her back, and it was a wonderful moment. Oh, hosting events like Egg Days matters to everyone. It matters to the exhibitor, it matters to the patron, it matters to the facility. So much of Egg Days is done outside the show hours. The hotels are full in Brandon, the restaurants are full, the bars are full, entertainment is full, right? Kicking Axe is full, the bowling alley is full. It is just such an incredible event to put on for our industry, but also for all of Westman, right? It's not just planning the event. There's the social media, the videography, the behind the hours scenes, the volunteers, all of those components. Event planning isn't just the major event.
Yeah.
So many times we're asked, why don't you expand our hours? We don't want to, because we know that so much of the show and the event happens after hours.
Yeah.
And it's about creating that experience rather than just the show. So I personally would get into the event industry because you never know when the next door is going to open. So, opportunities will always be there. I get phone calls on a regular basis asking me to come work for them. And you actually have the opportunity to do what you want to do, right? So take the opportunity, talk to people, really listen, use your board to your advantage, right? Like some of the smartest people and thoughts, they don't come from me. They come from the people around my table. And so, take the opportunity to learn and listen and just apply yourself, because the more you put into your event, the more people are going to see that and the more opportunities you're going to get.